Welcome back. My name is Ajlin, and today I'm going to be your virtual teacher. Our topic is Tesla's invention. Today we are going to talk about a true genius, Nikola Tesla. So let's start. In today's lesson, you are going to watch and listen to some texts about Nikola Tesla. You are going to analyze the possible impact Tesla's inventions, had they been invented, might have on our present-day world. And in the end, you're going to do some research on Nikola Tesla. For the lesson, you need a pen or a pencil, a notebook, internet access, and you can stop the recording anytime you like. Nikola Tesla. Who was this man? Where was he born? Where did he die? What did he invent? Were there perhaps some things that he wanted to invent and never managed to? He was really an extraordinary person. Some called him a mad scientist. Others believed he was one of the greatest minds that ever lived. This is the story of Nikola Tesla. In this video that we have just seen, you probably recognized some of the inventions that are attributed to Nikola Tesla and some that are not, some that he never invented but could have. We're going now to watch another video. For that you need to copy this link here, and that video is about the little known truth about Nikola Tesla. So watch it, and after that we are going to check your comprehension. You can stop the recording now. Let's now check your comprehension. There are going to be some statements and you have to say if they are true or false. So let's start. Tesla was born in the middle of a horrific lightning storm in 1856. True or false? This one is true. Let's go to the next one. It was his father who introduced science to Tesla. True or false? This one is false. It was not his father, but his mother who introduced science to Tesla. She was sort of an inventor herself, and definitely he looked up to her. Tesla invented alternating current, which powered the entire United States. True or false? True. Edison's direct current was impractical because it needed a power station in every city. True or false? False. It was really impractical, but Not only did it need a power station in every city, it needed a power station every 2 miles. Tesla invented the television. True or false? False. Tesla designed a remote-controlled car. True or false? False again. He designed a remote-controlled boat. Tesla wanted to develop a death beam in order to stop the war. True or false? This one is true. Tesla believed that by inventing such a death beam, that it would be such a deadly weapon that no country in the world would want to start a war again. His greatest dream was to give free, wireless electricity to everyone. True or false? True. Tesla went into bankruptcy after his wooden cliff tower project was ended. True or false? True. Unfortunately, Tesla died a poor man. Tesla lived in poverty on the 33rd floor of the New York hotel. True or false? True again. He believed germs were beneficial for our immunity. True or false? False. He was petrified of germs. He washed his hands constantly. He was obsessed with number 3. True or false? True. He believed that the key to the understanding of the whole universe was in the numbers 3, 6, and 9. He liked pearls and jewelry. True or false? False. He hated them. And the last one, during his life, he was acknowledged as one of the greatest scientists of his time. True or false? Unfortunately, false. It was 40 years after his death that the world really recognized his talent and his inventions. In the video that we watched, smartphones, televisions, computers were mentioned. Did Tesla really invent all these things? Well, for that, we turned to Professor Jones. Here you can see the picture, and Professor Jones is going to answer some of the questions. So, give him a listen.
It was not Tesla who invented the smartphone and television, but Tesla's most important invention, the Tesla coil, made it possible for other scientists to create those gadgets. Another cutting-edge invention was that of alternating current that enabled electrical energy to travel long distances. If Tesla had not invented it, we might not be using our computers today. In layman's terms, Tesla's complicated inventions were the basis for many things that we use today, such as radio, television, smartphones, drones. As it appears, Tesla was light years ahead of his time. Had Tesla managed to carry out his greatest idea, that of free energy, the world would look differently today.
Another question we asked Professor Jones was, tell us, what is the so-called War of the Currents? Let's listen to Professor Jones.
The War of the Currents is an expression used for a competition that took place in America in the late 1880s. Thomas Edison advocated the use of direct current, as opposed to Nikola Tesla's alternating current. The difference is in the fact that DC runs in a single direction and AC reverses direction a certain number of times per second. In other words, DC is impractical, because you need a power station every 2 kilometers. That is not the case with AC, which can travel much further. Edison's idea was blown out of the water and Tesla won. Edison and Tesla were two scientists who were never on the same wavelength. While Tesla was not interested in money, Edison, on the other hand, was a true businessman.
One last question for you, Professor Jones. What, in your opinion, were Tesla's brilliant inventions that never got built? Tell us a little bit about that, please.
Tesla never ran out of steam. He was always thinking about new inventions. He believed that it was possible to photograph our thoughts with the so-called thought camera. He also wanted to invent receivers that could be used by anyone, and that could pick up voice messages or music played in distant places. With this, he actually envisioned cell phones. Another great idea were supersonic airships powered by ground-based, wireless electrical towers. Had it been invented, we would be flying now from New York to London in under 4 hours. Maybe one of his scariest projects was the so-called death ray weapon that he wanted to create by using radio waves. With such a deadly weapon, he hoped to stop countries from going to war. But his biggest dream was to wirelessly transmit energy across long distances, using only air as a medium, thus providing free energy to the world. You can imagine the reaction of electrical companies. Free energy was not something they desired, so his giant transmission tower was destroyed. But had Tesla succeeded, we would be now traveling round the world free of charge.
Professor Jones explained certain things to us, and in his speech there were idioms and words and expressions that need to be remembered. The first one is Tesla coil. That is this thing in the picture in the upper right corner. It is electrical circuit used to generate low current, high voltage electricity. Cutting edge means that something is advanced and innovative. In layman's terms means in simple and understandable language. Light years ahead of means much more advanced than. To run out of steam means to lose enthusiasm. On the same wavelength means to have the same ideas and opinions. To blow out of the water means to defeat completely. To reverse, to change, to envision, to imagine something as a future possibility. Time to practice idioms. Here you can see the link, which you need to copy and in learning apps practice idioms. Let's analyze now a little bit. Tesla was a great inventor. He invented lots of useful things, but he had ideas to invent many more. Had he really invented some of those? What would our world be like today? Now there are going to be some sentences, and you have to think about them and finish them in the way you think is appropriate according to your own ideas. So the first sentence is, if Tesla had invented the death ray, now continue, the world would be destroyed right now, or we will be living in peace. If a supersonic airship had been invented, had the thought camera been invented, if only free energy had been made possible, if self-driving cars had been invented. So now please stop the recording and finish these sentences. Possible answers that you wrote could be like this. If Tesla had invented the death ray, there would be no more wars in the world today. Or, if a supersonic airship had been invented, we would be flying from New York to London in less than 4 hours. Of course, maybe you wrote something else, but this is one possible solution. Had the thought camera been invented, we could be reading each other's minds. If only free energy had been made possible, we wouldn't now be spending money on electricity, petrol, and smartphones. If self-driving cars had been invented, the world would now be cleaner. The sentences that we have just practiced, these ideas that you express with them, were actually expressed in mixed condition. Let's take a look at these sentences. If Tesla had not invented his coil, we might not be using our computers today. Had supersonic airplanes been invented, we would be flying now from New York to London in under 4 hours. Had Tesla succeeded with his free energy, we would be now traveling around the world free of charge. Had Tesla managed to carry out his greatest idea, that of free energy, the world would look differently today. So we can conclude the following. The tense in the if clause is the past perfect, and the tense in the main clause is the present conditional. This type of mixed conditional refers to an unreal past condition and its probable result in the present. So we are talking about mixed condition, mixture of the second and third part. We use it when we wish to express imaginary situations which mix past and present. In order to practice mixed conditionals, you have to copy this link and in learning apps, do one exercise. Tesla was famous for some things that he said. He said, "I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own." Let the future tell the truth and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs. The future, for which I have really worked, is mine. I do not think you can name many great inventions that have been made by married men. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. Your homework task is to choose one of Tesla's famous sentences, and after exploring what lies behind his words, and after researching certain episodes from his life, create a slideshow. The following rubric may help you do that. We have almost come to the very end of this lesson. If you have completed all the tasks, if you have analyzed Tesla's inventions and their possible impact, and if you have researched some episodes from Tesla's life and created a slideshow, you can take this smiling smiley. If not, go back to the part that you haven't done and do it again. Thank you for watching and bye-bye.